Hello, friends. This is Dave Hurwitz, executive editor at ClassicsToday.com. And hanging out up here is Finster. There she is. Say hello. That's a good girl. She happens to be rather calm, no matter what you do with her, which is rather nice of her. Anyway, what are we talking about? It's sitting right here. Yes, at last. This is very exciting. Channel Classics, wonderful independent label, run by Jared Sachs, has decided to start boxing up some things. And that's great because they have a pretty big catalog and many things that they could put in boxes, including this, the Rossini Complete Works for Piano, finally, with Paulo Giacometti on a series of four, count them, four historical pianos. There is a Pleyel from 1858, an Erard from 1849, another Erard from 1837, and the last Erard from 1858, all in the collection of Edwin Bonk. Wow, yes, four different pianos, and my goodness, they sound lovely. They're in good shape. They really sound good. They suit the music beautifully. I mean, you can play it on a large piano too. Now, the Rossini piano music, as I've said many times, let's talk about that for a minute, is really an extraordinary legacy of stuff because Rossini, as you know, wrote himself into a nervous breakdown as an opera composer. And then he basically went into a depression. He got sick for decades, literally decades. And his wife, Olympia, nursed him back to health. And his later life, he began composing again. And he called this stuff the sins of old age. It's a big collection of piano works and chamber works and vocal pieces and all kinds of salon music, but very high quality salon music. I mean, he was not screwing around. This is really good music. And it's in a totally personal style. And it was composed mostly in the 1850s and 60s. So it's totally separate from his operatic oeuvre, which ended in the 1820s. Remarkable stuff. The greatest work of his Sins of Old Age was the Petite Messe Solennelle, which I'm sure you know, which he later orchestrated. And it's an amazing piece as a large piece of sacred music, which very few people know as well as they should. Now, there are three major collections of Rossini piano music that are sort of around now. I mean, lots of people do bits of it, but to do complete collections, and two of them are really first rate, and one of them is not quite as good as the other two, but it's interesting for another reason, and we've talked about it. One of them is on Naxos, and the Naxos one has the complete Sins of Old Age. That is all the vocal and chamber stuff and all the piano stuff. The piano performances, they're sitting right up there, actually. I see the person who's playing. It's Alessandro, Maragoni or something like that. Is that right? Yeah, I think it's something like that. I'm close to that anyway. They're sitting over there. They're very good. They're a little bit on the slower, less interesting side than these other two, but they're very good. And you do get the whole box of stuff, which runs to, 15, 16 CDs. It's a lot of music, quite a body of music. Then you have this excellent version on MD&G with Stefan Irmer. A really first-rate collection. Look, it won all kinds of awards, including getting a 10/10 on ClassicsToday.com. See the sticker? So you can go to ClassicsToday.com and have a look at the review there by our very own Jed Disler. This is a wonderful, wonderful set on, I think it's 7 CDs? 7 or 8? So it's 8 CDs. 8 CDs here. And then later than that came along this one with Paulo Giacometti on period instruments. And this is also 8 CDs. And it's just wonderful. It's wonderful and bright and perky and light and delicious. And, you know, the piano works have quirky names like the Four Hors d'oeuvres. I'm just looking at this. Album de Chateau. The album in the Chateau. The Bolero Tartare. Yeah, I mean, Rossini, of course, was a notorious gourmand. You know, of course, I mean, he had all kinds of pieces named after him, food thingies. Un petit train de plaisir. L'album pour les enfants dégourdis. And, album pour les enfants adolescents. And there's all the individual pieces. I mean, they're prototypical Eric Satie, almost. You know, works full of humor and charm and melodic fecundity, and they're just delightful. It's a major, major, major body of work from the second half of the 19th century. You know, it really is. I mean, some people try and dismiss Rossini, and they dismiss his piano works because they were written privately and he made no effort to publish any of them. But that says nothing about their quality, absolutely nothing. And if they're lighthearted and enjoyable, like, for example, Poulenc or someone like that, well, they're just as good. I mean, they really are. So to have the complete Rossini piano music in a box with performances of this quality on period instruments is really a great thing. And with marvelous recorded sound, this is a great set. It's every bit as good as the Irmer on MD&G. And it's my choice, actually, for the complete Rossini piano music because I just find it endlessly delightful. Stick it on your phone. You know, download a few volumes of this and just have it handy. If you're stuck in a waiting room or in a line somewhere, put this on. It'll really cheer you up. So keep on listening, friends. Thanks for joining me. Take care.